All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the kickoff of our live training. I'm Alan Branch from Glove Up. Glad that you were able to join us. If you're catching it with us live, feel free to ask any questions you have in the chat. I've got somebody monitoring that. Here with my man, Lewis. What's up? And Lewis actually lives in the town I live in. He found us on Instagram and then followed the YouTube channel. And then when I realized that, I was like, you know what? If you live local to me, come on over and be in the video. So we really, literally just met. Never trained him before. We're going to be teaching him what you guys are learning tonight. And the goal for tonight's session is to work on stance and footwork. And by the end of the night, you're going to know exactly how to stand, the best defense, the best footwork, and have the drills in place to be able to apply all of it. So, I'm hearing it twice. If we're having make sure you turn yours down. Okay. And ask everybody, make sure, guys, if you can hear us okay, put in the comments that you can hear, that there's not an echo. Let's make sure we got our sound right before we kick all of this up. So go ahead and put in the comments, is the sound good? Are we okay? Can you hear it okay? Can you see everything okay? Want to make sure there's not an echo, and we also want to make sure that everything is clear. Go ahead and put that in the comments if you would. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and don't want to waste any time. It's real important that you understand, if you're going to learn anything and apply it, watching the video is not the training session. You actually have to stand up and do the stuff and go through it and practice it. So Lewis, again, we've never, I'm going to have you stand on this side for me. We've never met. I want you to go ahead and get in your boxing stance, and let's kind of critique that. All right, guys, so check out Lewis's stance. And hey, our tech guy, if the sound is okay, will you make sure you come let us know so we know that we're good? All right, so here's his stance, and it's not bad. And we're going to make a couple adjustments to it to tighten it up. So where's the bulk of your weight at right now? On your back leg. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. All right, so how'd you determine how far apart to put your feet?
Shoulder width.
Shoulder width. Okay, so shoulder and half width. That part looks fine to me. The front toe is angled what would be between inside of my front foot. I kind of like that. I think that foot might be angled off to the side a little bit more than it needs to. Yep, we can make that adjustment. I do like the weight being on the back leg. This is a fine stance. Okay, about a shoulder and half width apart. More weight on the rear leg, probably 60-40. You're going to keep your weight slightly on the balls of your feet. Okay, and knees are slightly bent. That looks fine. Most people are pretty good at that. Let's look at the hand position. Now, so I want you to look at where we could find what we call gaps, all right? So right now, you may not can see this, but this hand is not touching his chin. It's up, but there's just a little gap in there between his right fist and his chin. He does not have a gap on this elbow. He has one here. He has one here between his glove and his chin, and between his shoulder and his chin. Now, you can't close all the gaps, but what you want to think about is when you're in a stance, you want to take what we call a 3-point stance. 3 points of contact. So he is right-handed. We're going to make sure the right hand touches the chin. The right elbow touches the body. That's 2 points of contact. The third point of contact is we're going to pull this elbow back so this elbow is touching his body. His front hand is slightly off of his chin. 3 points of contact. 1, left elbow to the body. 2, right elbow to the body. 3, right hand to the chin. Both hands are the same height. This is his lead hand, so it stays about 6 inches off the front of his chin. That part looks good. Rotate a little bit toward me, okay? So check out this stance. Let's face the camera. All right, so what do we got? We got a shoulder and a half width apart. We've got most of the weight on the rear leg. Bend your knees, get the balls of your feet, okay? We have 3 points of contact in the stance. Right, he's right-handed. So right hand chin, right elbow touching, left elbow touching, 3 points of contact. 1, 2, 3. Now, I know a lot of guys come and say, oh, well, what about, Roy Jones? What about, and they start naming off all these professional fighters who don't fight in a perfect stance. First of all, you're not them, probably. And to get to the point they're at, they had to learn the fundamentals first. Then after about 10 to 15, maybe 20 years of boxing, then they get experience and they can start to deviate from the basic stance and create their own style. But everybody that's good has a foundation that's built in a proper stance that's on balance. Then you have those people who are exceptionally gifted athletically, or they have supernatural reflexes. And these are people that are like, if you're driving through the mountains and you see one tree that's taller than all the rest and all the other trees are the same height, there are those people. And you can't base how you build a style, a format, a blueprint on the anomalies. Like, you can't say because Canelo can do it that is the way you should train. He's a master, but it took a lot of work for him to get to that level. And if you're starting out or developing skill, you need a solid blueprint first, and then practice that a lot, and then we can build more off of that. So here's his 3-point stance. It looks pretty good. So the question is now, from this stance, can he move from there? So what we want you to do is, first of all, you take your stance, you get a good feel there. Now drop your hands. Now pull your hands up into your guard. Boom. Do we have our 3 points of contact? Yes. Elbow 1, 2, 3, down low. Now I want him to start, balls of the feet, a little rock forward and back. Just kind of shift the weight forward and back. It's not big. I don't want him hopping around like a kangaroo. I want him to feel his weight shifting from his front to his back. Front to back, the weight can shift. That's one. The next thing I want you to do is, from that guard, I want you to just kind of bob up and down. I want you to feel the weight going up and down. Up and down. Up and down. While maintaining a tight 3-point guard. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. That looks good. Okay. Now, let's say it's time. He's got this guard. Looks good. It's nice and tight. Can he move while maintaining that guard? Let's go forward a step, Lewis. Okay, not bad. Let's come back a step. Okay, that's not bad. So what I want to do is make sure we keep the weight, when we step forward, we're going to keep the weight 70% on the rear leg. We're only going to take, guys, a 4-inch step. So we take a quick little baby 4-inch step, and then the back foot has to track up same distance, 4 inches. So step up, boom. It's not, there you go. It's a little smaller and a little tighter. Every direction you go, whatever direction you move in, that foot moves first. So I wanted to move forward, the front foot goes. Boom. Go again. Forward again. Boom. Forward again. Boom. Now back. 1, back. 2. All right, so I got something in there I don't want. I don't want your head bobbing up and down right now. I want you to be able to move your feet. Keep your guard on. Move forward a step. Boom. Perfect. Move back a step. Boom. Now, if he's moving to his left, step left. Boom. Good. 4 inches. Step right. Boom. Left. Right. Not bad. All right, now, guys, if you're practicing this with Lewis, quick check. 3 points of contact. Left elbow's touching. Right elbow's touching. Right hand's touching the chin. 3 points of contact. I want you to step in the shape of a box. So we're going to step up a step. Forward. Go 1. Then go left. Boom. Then go back. Boom. Then go right. And keep doing that. And this is a basic box pattern. You just learn to step in the shape of a box. Boom, 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 boom. Now this time go forward and then go right, go up, right, back, and over. And let's keep that going. All right, guys, so what I want you to think about as you're seeing Lewis do this basic footwork drill. All right, stop a second. Look down, look at your feet. So notice now, if you can see this angle, his toes are now angled off this way, off to the side, and we want him to keep his front toe pointing at you, and his right foot is angled toward you, but not directly at you. Okay? So when you take a step, what happened is when you were moving side to side, your brain is thinking about the footwork, but the angle of your feet just kind of, you didn't think about that. Okay? So, okay, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead and start that. All right, so while he's mastering the basics of the step pattern of 4 inches of footwork, listen, I know that online you see lots of exceptionally creative little footwork drills. And they're very cute drills. And, you know, they're crossing the feet. They're doing all kinds of fancy moves all over ladders and all types of agility stuff. It looks cool, but it's not boxing. It's cool agility. It's not boxing. So you don't want to teach yourself footwork patterns that aren't applicable to what you're trying to learn. Most people can't do this exactly right for 5 minutes straight. You have to master the basic stepping before you ever think about anything fancy. And I'll show you why in just a minute. Good job, man. Looking good. Looking good. So right now, all he's doing is moving his body around in space. He's not chasing a target. A target's not chasing him. He hasn't been popped. He's not super tired. He's not in the third or fourth round. He's not in the middle of an all-out brawl where he's got to move fast. This is a very controlled environment. If you can't do it here, don't even think about doing it there. It's just not time yet. So you want to get this down. All right, now, stance. Boom. What do we got? 3 points. Elbow in, hand touching, elbow in, 3 points. Weight looks good. Toes are pointing ahead. You know how to step forward. Boom. Knows how to step back. Boom. Knows to step over to the left. Boom. Step over to the right. Okay. Now, moving at this pattern, that's not bad. It's not too hard, right? No. But there's no pressure, right? There's no pressure on you. Okay. So we're going to cover punches, the details of all of our punches tomorrow night. But tonight we're going to go ahead and throw a few punches in so that we can show you how to make the footwork work. But we're going to detail cover punches in tomorrow night's session. So real quick, if you're watching right now and you weren't signed up for this course, down in the description of the video, you can join a text list where I send you out the link so you know it's coming. You can join our community group where you can see the free training, and that way you won't miss what's coming up next. All right, but let's do this. Go ahead and turn and face me. All right, and what I want him to do is we're just going to throw a jab, and I'm going to use my hand as a pad, and I want to see how the jab looks with your stepping footwork, okay? So you're going to put a jab right here. Boom. Again. Okay, so I want you to identify, guys, what's the issue is. So he threw a nice jab. He took a nice step with his front foot, but his back foot just stayed where it was, okay? We call that dragging back foot. You never heard this term. We call it foot in the bucket. You're learning to drag your rear foot, which is going to destroy what we call your penetration speed. So penetration speed is how fast I can get in, boom, and get out. So I want my back foot to learn to come with me so that my weight is under me at the end of the punch. And look, I got this guy. This guy is loaded, ready to go. Right. If I leave my foot back, now I have to try to drag it and step up to punch, boom, or I have to lunge with my right hand to reach you. Gotcha. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. What we got so far, guys? We got a good 3-point stance, boom. We got basic footwork where we can step in, move side to side, etc. So we're going to throw one punch from the 3-point guard, and from the 3-point guard, you're going to take 2 steps. As you jab, you take a step, and as you finish the jab, your right foot follows up. Boom. Okay, go back. Here we go. Back. Go. And back. So we go boom, both feet, and then choke back. So it goes 1, 2, and then back. 1, 2. Yes, back. 1, 2, back. Boom. So your homework is going to be after this, guys, and we'll tell you exactly what I want you to work on before tomorrow. But you want to be able to throw your jab before tomorrow. Make sure that you can throw your jab and both feet move in and both feet move out. And that's critical for what we want to work on. Now, quick review, and if you're just watching this and you're not actually participating, put down in the comments, how many points of contact is he supposed to have in his stance? Which foot moves first if he's moving to his left? Put that in the comments if you're watching and not actually doing this yet. How many points of contact are in his stance? And which foot moves first if he's moving to his left? So the answer is, it's 3 points of contact in his stance, and the left foot moves first if he's moving to his left. You got that? Yep. All right, so check this out. It's 3 points of contact in his guard. Right elbow's in. Here, come turn this way for me. Right elbow's in, right hand's up, left elbow's in. When he throws a punch, and the punch makes contact with a target, we now have 4 points of contact. 1, 2 is here. The shoulder's touching the chin. 3 is the elbow in the body, and 4 is the hand on the chin. So at the end of a punch, there are 4 points of contact. Now, step back. Now, from the guard, just check, there you go. He adjusted it. He's got 3 points of contact in the guard. Elbow in, hand up, elbow in. Throw the jab. Boom, and back out. Yep, jab. Boom, and back out. Jab. Boom, and back out. All right, turn face me. Okay, so we got his good stance. We're going to work on that jab. Boom, good. Pop it. Boom. Go. Boom. All right, so turn face camera. All right, guys, I want you to throw that jab 3 times. Okay. Okay, so what I want you to notice, if you have to rewind to go back and check this out, I'll tell you what it is right now. Throw that one more time and watch his elbow on his left side. Go. Boom. Okay, so when he throws his jab, we're going to get on this tomorrow night, but I can't not fix it. So when he throws his jab, his elbow flares out before he throws his punch. So we can see that punch coming. So what we're going to do is clean that up just a little bit. When he throws a jab, what I want to happen is I want the hand to be the first thing that moves. The hand moves away from his shoulder, going toward the target. The elbow pushes the punch up. And then, turn this way, buddy. At 3/4 extension, he's going to turn his punch over. Inside the shoulder touches the chin, then he pulls it back. Boom. Okay, so hand leaves, elbow rises, turn it over, bang. Pull it back. Throw that jab. Good. Now, notice now what happened. He's got a different jab in his head. As he threw it, he leaned his weight to his front leg. Keep the weight back. Boom. Better. Where's your back foot at? Is it going to come up? Boom. Good. Back foot comes up. Yep. Back foot comes up. All right, good. So I want to show you something. There's some rings that I use here for different fitness work. Let me see if your glove will fit through that ring. It's not going to fit. I want you to hold that for me. Can you hold it? All right, so guys, I want you to see the circle there. And let's take this angle just like that. Okay, so I've got this tiny circle in front of me. And what I want you to think of is when you throw a punch, it's so straight that it can go through that hoop without flaring to the outside. So if I do this, I'll never get through the hoop because I'll let my elbow flare. So I want that punch to be straight enough where if there was a little circular target in front of me, I could put it through it. Now, we're going to do that without letting that weight transfer. So go ahead and back up for me. Turn this way. And let's snap that jab. Keep your weight on your rear leg. What moves first, elbow or hand?
Hand.
What moves first, hand or shoulder?
Hand.
What moves first, hand or foot?
Hand. Hand
is correct on all accounts, okay? First thing that moves is the hand. Foot is right behind it. Nice straight punch. Put it right here. Boom. Wow. There we go. So big difference in his release. Let's get that again. Boom. Wow. There we go. Go. Boom. Bring the back foot. Boom. Good. Bring the back foot. Boom. Good. Bring the back foot. Boom. Okay, good. So you're training on your own. You want to see if you got this. I want you to just look at the camera. Pretend it's a mirror. I'll be your mirror because you don't have one. Okay. So I want you to practice throwing that jab with the step in the mirror, nice and straight, 4 points of contact on the end, pull in, jab in, and then step back out. Boom. Okay, you don't have to go full speed, but let's work on it. All right, so guys, what I want you to do is find a mirror, and when you're shadow boxing, and you're going to correct these things. You're going to keep going. Let you practice. You're going to fix these things right away. We're going to back up and review them, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I want you to practice for the night to get ready for tomorrow's session. And we're going to build on this throughout the week. Okay? Okay, fast now. Boom. Jab in, jab out. Go. Boom. And how long have you been boxing?
Probably about a year.
About a year. Okay. All right, good. Keep going. Boom. All right. So that time, you kind of loaded your weight up. Let me show you something. Let's step over there. All right, look, guys. So you want to be careful when you shadow box not to do this. So when you lean forward, now notice I didn't step with it. And if I did step, I don't want to lean. Leaning is a form of what is called lunging. Lunging is used because I can't quite reach the target, so I lean and lunge a little bit to make sure I can get a little further. Joe Louis always called that hang time. What happens is I get too much weight on my front foot and I'm sort of like stuck in limbo out here. I can't go anywhere until I recenter myself and then step. That's one problem. The second problem is if I lunge with my jab, all of my weight is already on my front leg and I can't rotate, put any torque or power on my right hand, and I can't shift my weight on my right hand. I'm out. Like, that's all I got if I lunge forward on the jab. If I can step in with the jab and keep the weight back, now I can torque Now I have rotation. Now I have weight shift in my power punch. That's why. Okay. It's not that you can't land that first jab. You might, but you better hope it finishes the job because you have nothing else.
Right.
Like you can't throw a right hand. You can't recover. You don't have a good defense. There's nowhere to go. Right. Yeah. And I want you to think like this. Your jab is like a snake's tongue. It's a flick. So even if I'm using footwork, I'm just flicking it. Boom. The right and the hook have torque. They have rotation. They have weight shift. They have power. Jab, snake's tongue. We're covering this more with all the punches tomorrow night, guys. But jab, snake's tongue, right hand, torque, rotation, and power. Now, if you're getting started, or even if you've been doing this for a while, you may not have thought about all of these things put together quite like this. And we can go way further. But our view and what Joe Louis taught me is that having a foundation, a blueprint, a plan to follow, to build skills off of, is the way to develop solid basics. So you could be that guy who can naturally just fight. Okay, well, you're the anomaly. So if you're like everybody else who isn't naturally gifted, being super fast, super athletic, like he's 22, I'm 58, right? I don't have age on my side, but I've got proper training on my side. And where I wasn't gifted physically like some guys are, I learned to understand how to build my basics. That's most of us, and that's who you need to measure your skills and your training off of, is people you can look at and go, okay, I don't have a 6'4", 270-pound steroid monster teaching me how to fight, who can already chew nails and, ram his head through a concrete wall. I'm not interested in learning from him. It's not that he can't fight. It's just that I'm not going to do what he's doing, right? So I want to have good skills and a good foundation. So here's your practice for tonight. First, good 3-point stance. Boom. We know what that is. We know that we got elbows tight, boom, elbows tight. Hands look great. 3-point stance. When he throws a jab, boom, 4-point stance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull it back. When he moves, whatever direction he's going, that foot moves first. Choke up. Back foot, go back. Left foot, go over. Right foot, go over, okay? Now, when he throws his jab, he takes a step with his front leg, throws his jab. Boom. That's 1. So far, what I want you to make sure you have down for tomorrow, 3-point stance. Got that down. Basic footwork. Got that down. You can jab in and out. Out. Step in, both feet in, both feet out. Both feet in, both feet out. And then the last thing I want you to be able to do is double jab in and out. Both feet move each punch. Jabbing, jabbing, back and back. Jab in, boom, boom, and back. You don't have to jab going backwards. This is clear. Jab in, boom, and back. Jab in. Okay, that looks good now. There we go. Jab in and back. Good. Turn face camera. This looks good. He's cleaned this up a lot just in a few minutes. Back up for me. This looks a lot better. This release looks a lot better. His guard looks a lot better. His footwork is already cleaner. He's stepping much smoother than he was when he started. Double jab. Boom, boom, and back. Okay, one more like that. Boom, and back. Okay, now I want to see double jab. Pop, pop. Good. Jab. Boom. Jab back. Double jab. Double jab. Okay. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and add one more thing to this, guys, because Lewis is looking good. All right, on a right cross, and this will be the last thing we'll cover. You practice all this. You have it down before tomorrow night. On a cross, what did I tell you the jab? The jab is like what?
Snake.
Snake's tongue. So the cross has what that the jab doesn't?
Torque.
Torque and
Power.
Power, and also rotation. And the shifting of weight. Yeah, okay, so let's watch this on the right hand real quick. Go ahead and turn face me. So let's practice this, guys. Make sure you get up and do the work. So his weight is on his rear leg. He just finished his jab. He's got 4 points of contact. He's going to pull the jab back. We'll show you some tricks on that tomorrow night to help you get your punch back way faster. When he throws his cross, here's what's going to happen. We're going to rotate on that rear ankle. The hip is going to start to roll across the center line. So when this hip lines up with the other hip, he releases his punch. Boom. At the end of the punch, I've got 1 point, 2 points at his shoulder, and the other hand, is that hand touching your chin? Move it back. Cheekbone, elbows in. 4 points of contact. Hip is rotated, and pulled his hand back. And hip back, shoulder back. Good. So when you finish the right hand, you make sure you pull the shoulder all the way back. So he's going to pivot, the knee's going to hinge, he rotates the hip, releases the punch, shoulder touches the inside of his chin, and then pulled his hand back. Good. Rotate, torque, keep your elbows close to your power, rotate, extend. Whoa. Okay. Come on. Boom. All right, good. Do it again. Oh, okay. Now, when he throws this, I want you to throw a 1-2 in the air for me. 1-2. Correct. So he stepped and threw his right hand, same time. Do that again. Left foot throws a jab. Right foot steps up. There's the cross. The rotation will be a little different when you add a step, but you've got it. That looks good for today. So this combination, and make sure you guys drill this at least 6 minutes of this drill. We call this combination, it's called setup, and it teaches you to use your jab to set up your right hand. I want you to shadow box out in the middle of the floor. You're going to go 1 jab and back out. Now go double jab and back out. And now double and then across. Boom, and back out. Okay, single, back out, double. Yep, double and across. Excellent. So look here, single, double, step to me, come on. Boom, double, pop, pop, make it quick. 1 jab, boom. Now double, pop, pop. Now double and across. Boom, good, back out. Here we go, 1 jab, boom, double jab, boom, boom, double on the right. Good. Single jab, double, double on the right. Okay, I'll help your double jab. On the double jab, guys, it doesn't have to come all the way back. When you throw your double jab, go all the way out on the first one, come just about halfway back on the second one, and then start your step for your next jab. Boom. So it's not in, it's more of boom, boom. So it goes all the way out, halfway back, and then out again. Okay, so single jab, double on the right. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Okay, that combo, we call it jab in. So what I want you to do is take your 3-point stance that you learned, take your basic footwork that you learned, and apply it in a linear fashion, which is we're not moving laterally, side to side, straight in. He drills that. Here's a mitt. We've never held pads together. Again, I said at the beginning of the video, we happen to live in the same town. Lewis was following our Glove Up channel, and when I saw he was from my town, Wilmington, North Carolina, we hit each other. I hit him up and said, man, come on, let's teach you live so everybody can see it. So it's working out good, isn't it?
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so we've never hit pads, we've never trained together. Let's see what he's got. Back up a little bit. Give me a jab. Boom. Good. Back out. Clear. Double jab. Okay, I need it faster. I need a double jab. Double. Ha, ha. Good. Step in with them. Double. That was a good one. Now double on the right. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Single jab. Double. Double on the right. Pop, pop, pop. That's it. So that's what I want you to work on, guys, is that called jab in. So one more time, face the camera, and let's do it. So we have single jab, jab in, jab out, step out. Double jab, and out, and then double jab and across. Boom, there we go. And we call that combination what? I'm talking setup. Setup. We use it setup because we're using the jab to set up the right hand. And what that simple combination does is it takes that 3-point stance, it takes that basic footwork, it takes your basic jab and your cross, and it puts it all together in one little sequence that's teaching you how to move. So one thing, a lot of people that are watching this may or may not have training partners. So you may train solo. And here's the thing, I get it, because a lot of training you end up doing is by yourself. Shadow boxing is the hardest thing to do because people just don't, what do? People say visualize or, practice your footwork. But what? What footwork? What do I practice? So the way we set up our program is he has, if he's training with me, I'm going to say, all right, I want you to use setup to work on your stance, your footwork, and your jab and your cross. So I want you to get 3-minute rounds of working on setup. What is setup? Single jab, boom, back out, double, clear, double on the right. Wow. And now he's got a plan. Is there more we can work on? Absolutely. We'll be showing you that more as the week goes on. But now he has a plan, and if he can develop that, we can easily start to link other combinations, blocks, defense, head movement, different styles of footwork all together with that. So guys, good work, man. So guys, thanks for joining us tonight for the first session. Hopefully you learned something. If you stick with us the rest of the week, we got a lot of stuff that we want to cover. What I'd love for you to do is, if you're seeing this live, put any comments that you have in the comment section. Would love to see them. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow night. In the description of the video, I see you over there. Keep going, man. So in the description of the video, you can join our text list so you don't miss any free training. Join our free community. That's in there. And then if you want to see the 100 combinations, high impact combos that we put in our flow series, basically what we've done is we have a series of combinations that will give you a never-ending supply of shadowboxing drills, bag workouts, focus mitt drills if you have a partner training drills if you have a partner, solo drills for practicing combos on a bag or in the air, and it's called Flow. It's a series where we teach you to flow things together. We're going to be teaching a little bit of that this week anyway, so make sure you stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. Hey, till the next time you see us, hands up, chin down. Thank God every day you have the strength to go one more round. See you next time. Good work, man.
Fucking awesome. Appreciate it, man.
You got it, buddy.
I feel the difference, though.
Can you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Like,
So that release.
especially the flare. That's that part that I really feel.
Yeah, I saw as soon as we got started, I saw that elbow